Hello guys, welcome back to the Free Hammers. We're live on the Saturday. This is just a very, very quick one. We might go for a little bit longer. We'll see how it goes. We're going to be building up to the Burnley game, which is on Monday night. This is the only time I've got a chance to do the preview. Very busy, obviously, Sunday and then Bank Holiday Monday, things to do as well. Thank you for anyone who's going to join us live today. It's nice to see you guys. Like I say, we're going to be building up to the Burnley game and talk about anything else that you guys want to talk about. It's always nice to do these at the weekend. Didn't get a chance to do one in the week, unfortunately. So let's see. Let's have a look at it, shall we? So we are playing Burnley. They're currently sitting in 15th on 36 points. So they should be safe now. 9 wins, 9 draws, 15 losses with a minus 15 goal difference. Their form at the moment is win, lose, 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 win. Just looking at their top goal scorers here. Obviously, a man we know a lot about as West Ham fans, Mr. Chris Woods. 10 goals and 4 assists. Obviously, got his hat-trick, didn't he, at the weekend? So he's just found that bit of form again, just as he's due to play West Ham and get his 2 goals again. Matty Vidra also not a bad little player on 6. Jay Rodriguez, Ashley Barnes on 3, Dwight McNeil and Ashley Westwood. So yeah, so that is that's where they are in the table, etc. Let's see who we got here. We've got Charlie D. Hello, Charlie, mate. Nice to have you with us, mate. Afternoon, Richie, mate. Nice to see you. Okay, so let's have a look at the recent records against them as well. I will do all the questions and that later, guys, as well, obviously, so keep them coming in as and when. You know, I always go back on the chat. So this site here gives you a head-to-head of all the games, that we've had recently against them. So last time we played them, guys, we won 1-0 back in January. For those of you who don't remember the game, guys, I'll just give you the little thing here if this thing decides it wants to load. So yeah, Mickey Antonio got the goal there in the 9th minute at home. So that that was a good win for us. Last time at their ground though, let's have a look. Last time at their ground we lost 3-0. Wow, and then before that 2-0. Before that it was a 1-1, and the last time we beat them back in 2017. With goals from Sofian Faguli, of all people, and Andre Ives. That's the last time we beat them, guys. So, it's a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. I really think we may struggle on Monday with Burnley. Direct effect style. I hope we have a couple at the back. Yeah, mate, you know what you're getting when you play Sean Dyche. It's always going to be a tough game. Very Allardyce-esque, isn't he? Percentage football. Direct, as you say. I suppose that's a better way of saying it than percentage football. If we had all of our players, and it's always ifs and buts. If Declan Rice was fit, if Mikel Antonio was fit, I do honestly think we would be well in there and be, Champions League would have been more or less secured. I think we probably would have done Newcastle if Declan Rice and Antonio were fit for that game. So yeah, it's a tough one, mate. Afternoon, mate. Afternoon, Luke and gents. And ladies as well, if any ladies join. I watched the last game, very impressed. They were, mate. Burnley were very impressive. And Kent says, last time at their ground, Lanzini did his shoulder. Oh, yes, and Roberto threw one in the net. Yes. How can we forget, Kent? How can we forget? Okay, so let's have a look. Another couple of sites. I love, giving you all these stats and stuff. So obviously here's their manager. We all know him, Mr. Sean Dyche, talks like that. So I always like seeing what their record is against managers. So there it is there. You can see it if I highlight it, just in case it's a bit small if you're watching on your phone. So there you go. David Moyes. Played each other 7 times. Dyche has beat Moyes 4 times. Drawn twice, and he's only ever lost to Dyche. Only ever lost to Moyes 1 time, which is very, very interesting. Yeah, so that's an interesting one. He's only ever lost to Moyes once. Would you take their striker? Would a couple of years ago I would have. I think he would have been right, but I think we've got to aim a little bit higher than that. And there are some good young pacey strikers. That's what we need. We need some pace now. We need some power. Claret Newham, great name. Luke, what's your thoughts on the new Champions League format? For me, the Champions League died in '97 when they started to add second and third sides in. It should only be the actual champions for me. Yeah, there's always that. It should be the champions. The new format, should I say? I don't like the fact that the elite teams get their place saved. I don't like that. Yes, so it's just about keeping the elite, which I don't like. And he also goes on to say, "Yeah, would love to see the Cup Winners' Cup come back, as it would make domestic cups even more meaningful and more competitive. That could only get into a second-rate European tournament if you won a cup." I agree. Right, so the site I always use, guys. So here it is, just a little bit more on Burnley for you. So here it is, the site I always use. So recently, like I say, they've drawn with Arsenal. They've beat Everton. Marginal loss to Southampton and Newcastle. Big loss to Manchester United. Then they beat Wolves 4-0, like I say, where they were fantastic. This is their the preview on this site. So here we go. Probable lineups for both teams. They're thinking Pope, obviously one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. Tarkowski, linked with West Ham earlier in the summer, obviously. Loughton, me and Taylor. McNeil, Westwood, Cork, Brownhill, Wood and Vidra. And for us, they're more or less the same. Lingard, Bowen, Fornals, Fredericks, Noble, Soucek, Soufal, Dawson, Diop and Oggy with Fabianski in goal. Their injuries are Robbie Brady and Kevin Long. Obviously, we've got one of the longest lists out there at the moment. Doubtful, Lingard and Antonio possibly. Randolph, Yarmolenko, Declan Rice and Matt Arthur. So the team news, Nick Pope was back in goal for Burnley's 4-0 demolition of Wolves last weekend. Sean Dyche has no reason to change anything after such an emphatic victory. Dyche decided not to risk Johan Goodmanson from the start against Wolves, so he may have a tough time getting back in the team to face West Ham. Ashley Barnes was back on a bench at Wolves to leave Robbie Brady. Chris Wood is Burnley's informed man. West Ham, as I say, concerns with Jesse Lingard. Cresswell's still ruled out. Masuaku. So Fredericks or Johnson will probably deputise. Craig Dawson back from his suspension, as will be Fabian Balbuena after the overturned card. Declan Rice is still on the sideline, but a late decision apparently can be made on Mickey Antonio. Their predictions on this site is Burnley will win 1-0. I hope that's not the case, but yeah, let's hope that is not the case. One more thing on this site that I do like to use, guys, is their strengths and weaknesses. Very good at aerial duels, as you would expect. They're struggling finishing their chances, keeping possession of the ball, defending against attacks down the wing, which we do a lot of. Defending against skillful players, Jesse Lingard, and avoiding the offside traps. Their style of play, as we know, long ball, they attempt the crosses a lot, control the game in the opposition's half, attack through the middle, take shots, take long shots, consistent first 11, play the offside track, and in a non-aggressive fashion, apparently. So there we go. So Burnley, guys, like I say, every game's tough now. To be honest, Luke, I don't know why Sean Dyche hasn't got the so-called bigger job. He does a great job. If he names Dyche, he'd get one. Yeah, I'm not saying I dislike the guy at all. He's very good at what he does, and he's not been able to be at a sexy club, shall we say? That can play expensive football and have the players at his disposal to play expensive football. I wouldn't have been against it if he would have been the man who come in. Before Moyes came in, I wouldn't have been against it at all, mate. I think there's a really good manager in there. I really do. I would take the Europa Cup over the Champions League. I played 3-4-3 against every side. To be honest, I feel it suits us as long as we don't sit back too much. Our biggest problem at the minute is not the defence. You know, again, we did go for that little bit of a blip where we was conceding a lot of goals, and obviously we are lost a couple recently. But I thought, you know, the Chelsea game, you know, we played reasonably well defensively. We've got no focal point in attack. Bowen is too small. Lingard, obviously, you know, looks like he's carrying an injury when he's playing at the moment. We see the best of West Ham's attack in, you know, the Wolves game before Antonio went off, when it was Antonio, Lingard, Bowen, and they were just buzzing around everywhere, power, pace, energy. That's what we're missing. We're just missing that absolute nuisance up front in Antonio. And let's hope he is fit. Even if Antonio and Dex are fit, Richie would save them for the Everton game. The problem with that, mate, is if you save them for that game, then our Champions League thing could be over anyway. I'd rather us, you know, try and win this game, and then see what happens. If they can get through it, be fantastic. If they got injured, obviously we're just in the same position we would have been against Everton anyway if they were injured. But you know, we just have to try and. I'll be honest with you now. I don't think we're going to do it. I don't think we're going to get Champions League football now. I think you'd have to win 4, and some results would have to go your way. I think, like I said, I think we've got to win 4. Some results go away, and then we might get there. But I can't see us putting 4 wins together now. If you would have asked me that sort of 3-4 weeks ago when we had a fit squad, 100%, I would be like, yep, 100%, we're going to get there. But, you know, the injuries have really, you know, killed the end of this. You know, in the championship rounds of the season, we've just picked up the injuries at the wrong time after having such a consistent 11 where, you know, you pick the 11 every week. At the moment, you're looking and you go, oh, is he going to go Fredericks? Is he going to go Johnson? Will he ever put Ben Rama in? You know, is Lingard fit? Where before that, we knew, you know, Rice, Soucek, Antonio, Lingard, Bowen, Fornals. Now it's not as consistent, and the defence obviously has gone a bit inconsistent with who's playing. You know, with Dawson getting his red card, Balbuena coming in, Diop coming in, or Bonner coming back, and then obviously the big injuries to Cresswell has played a massive role in that. When Masuaku was played that game when he was brilliant, you know, it's just we haven't got a straight starting 11 that he was picking earlier on in the season, which again is all down to the massive gaps in our squad, guys. Like I said, I think Burnley are safe, so hopefully that will be enough for them. So that they're sort of in like a mid, you know, like just the end of the season thing. But Dyche, obviously, he's not like that. He wouldn't just let the season curtain towel for them. Let's just have a look at some of the games this weekend that might affect us, guys. Like I said, this is not going to be too long today. Right, so let's have a look at the Premier League fixtures. Have a quick look at the Premier League fixtures, and then if you've got any questions, guys, or anything, we'll do some questions. Then I'll go. Like I said, I'm not going to go for too long today. Me and Paul hopefully will do a podcast tomorrow anyway. So we've got Crystal Palace, Man City today. Doesn't really affect us. Hopefully Man City can go on and win the league this weekend. That would be nice. Brighton and Leeds doesn't really affect us. This game does. Both those games do, really. Both these 2 games here, massive. Chelsea versus Fulham. Come on, Scotty, do us a favour, mate. Come and do us a favour. Even a draw would be a great result for us if Fulham can pull something out. But Chelsea look like an absolute machine at the moment. They look like they can turn teams over at the minute. And I'm not saying turn teams over massively with goals, but just in terms of their game management and stuff like that. You know, he's built a real good side there. And obviously Everton, Aston Villa. It'd be nice if Aston Villa can do us a bit of a favour there, just to keep Everton down. Newcastle, Arsenal, not really any relevance to us. Manchester United, hopefully Manchester United could beat Liverpool. That will keep them out of it. Don't expect Sheffield United to do anything to help us there against Tottenham. The other None of those games are relevant apart from this, obviously, our game. Leicester, Newcastle. Newcastle, a team in quite good form at the moment. Look a decent side again. Maybe they could do us a little favour against Leicester. Leeds, Tottenham. Man City, Man City hopefully having their celebration party, beat Chelsea. Liverpool, Southampton. Southampton are such an inconsistent side. One time you get a really brilliant Southampton and then they just go really wobbly. Villa, Man United, again, what doesn't really affect us. Leicester have got some tough games, haven't they? Leicester, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal. Again, do you expect anything? Do you expect Arsenal to do anything against Chelsea? Not really. So there's going to be some twists. This is a huge game. If we're still in it, that's a huge game. Chelsea, Leicester, massive game if we are still in it. And obviously on the last game of the season, you've got, Leicester, Tottenham, massive. So, there are going to be some twists and turns. Let's just hope we can keep ourselves in the mix, basically. That's what I'm hoping for. If we can keep ourselves in the mix right to the end, we'll be in a massive shout if we're still in the mix. Every team will be fighting for a higher spot as they get extra money for every extra position. They certainly do, mate. I think I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Like I said, I wasn't planning to do a really long one anyway. It was just a real quick one to get a preview out to you guys and, give my opinions on the West Ham Burnley game. Hopefully me and Paul, I'll give him a little text in a minute, see whether he wants to do a podcast more. But obviously I will put a review out on Monday. And I'm off a couple of days this week. I'm off Thursday. So, hopefully I'll do a little show on Thursday for you guys. We'll have a little chat, build up to next week's game, and talk about all the rest of the things. Until next time, guys, hit the like button if you have joined me live. Hit the like button if you're watching this back as a replay. Come on, you irons. Keep believing. Let's go.